Hello, friends. How are you today? So, we are winding down in terms of being in the last quarter of 2025. And how's 2025 been? Could you have predicted all of the ups and downs, twists and turns of this year? Every year brings new challenges. No matter how much we plan for it, there are new things that happen. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't plan, though. So, right about now, you should be dusting off your strategic plan specifically related to business development and business operations for your business. And if you're not, it's coming soon. Just know that. So hopefully you have an idea to go back and revisit it. Hopefully you've utilized it and embedded it in your operations processes throughout the year. But I've worked for companies where all we did, we put all this energy, effort, and whatever into creating business plans and stuck it on a shelf. Next year we brush it all off, dust it all off, and then we revisit it again. Hopefully that's a little bit, different for you and you've utilized it and referred to it all throughout the year. So, how's it going? How has 2025 been specifically related to your plan? So, that understanding and that analysis of where are your leads coming from? Are they new opportunities? Are they referral source opportunities? Is it repeat business? Where's your win-loss strategy? What is your percentage? What's your ratio, your hit ratio? And then that understanding for losses is really important in terms of why didn't you win those opportunities, getting debriefs for that. But also don't forget to get the debriefs related to all of the wins that you have. Getting a win debrief is harvests a lot more information than getting a loss debrief oftentimes, because oftentimes our potential client really doesn't want to hurt our feelings and they really want you to pursue their work in the future. So they may not tell you everything. Whereas if you just won the opportunity, your client may be more willing to tell you a little bit about what worked, maybe even what your competitors did, where their pricing was, etc. So then that way you can do it again. Understanding all of that is crucial. So, about this time of the year, lots of people like to also look out into the future. And before, 7, 10 year strategic plans were really important and vital. I believe that the pandemic actually just took everything and just shook it, as well as technology. It's not just a pandemic, don't get me wrong. It was happening that way even before 5 years ago, but the pandemic just put an exclamation point on it. Because really being able to look out into the future, especially with the advent of AI, who knows what's going to be happening beyond the next 3 to 5 years. So if you have a good forecaster and you can actually get your crystal ball out and look into the next 3 to 5 years, you're doing pretty good. So what's really important in that time is making sure that you have that diversification of your business offering. Now's the time if you want to jump into a new market sector that makes sense for your business, that potentially is more recession proof, or maybe there's opportunity to make more money in it, or whatever else there is. You aren't going to turn your ship really fast. No matter how small your organization is, you're still a big ship. And our clients take a little bit of time in terms of warming to us jumping into new market sectors. So what seeds can you plant right now so ultimately you can harvest them in the future? That should go into those long range plans that you ultimately have, making sure that there's a good business sense to jump into those parallel industries also, making sure that you're also taking in the input. It's not just one sided. You have input from a variety of different voices within your organization to help you to be able to see your blind spots, see beyond what is ultimately there. Strategy is fantastic. Always looking into strategy. I love strategy. I don't get out of bed in the morning without having some kind of strategy. I look into my week. I look at what's the 3 big rocks that I want to accomplish for the week. I don't even drive into Houston without having some kind of strategy in terms of how can I maximize my time. I know that that is part of my hard wiring and it's a super strength that I have. And so I don't have that expectation that everyone is that way. They have other strengths that I don't have. So it's realizing that sometimes I have to loan my strategic thinking mind and the strategy that comes so naturally to me to those that I work with, to those around me. So then that way they can see the path And I can say, come with me. I know the way. Let's follow the breadcrumbs. So those are just some elements about strategy. If you have it, it's a gift. If you don't have it, find someone that actually can help you get to strategy, because we should always be looking proactively, not reactively, related to the businesses that we have. I've only been in service-based relational business, not transactional. I'm not selling a product. I'm going to leave it with you and then go away. I'm in for deep relationships that have lots of strategies where I'm connecting with champions and influencers and decision makers all along the way. How about you? How are you doing regarding your strategy? Need some help? Need some advice? Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I look forward to seeing you soon.